Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we've got quite a lot to cover in regards to Star Wars Outlaws, as we finally had some more news in regards to the game with features, launch dates, all that sort of stuff. So subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads from me. So guys, let's get into it. Now, this is actually really exciting because we haven't had any hard concrete news in regards to Star Wars Outlaws in nearly half a year. So this is really reassuring because a lot of the time when a game goes quiet, it becomes quite worrying that it's going to be cancelled or pushed back or just completely silent, a bit like what we had with Star Wars Eclipse. Now, we did actually get confirmation that Star Wars Outlaws will be releasing this year, which is amazing. This game looks so good, so I'm really happy that this is going to be out later on in the year. When, we don't know, there's no official confirmation as of yet, but it is highly speculated that it will be releasing within the next few months. Now, we have received word that Ubisoft Massive and Nvidia are joining forces to work on Star Wars Outlaws, and this statement was released on the Nvidia website. And it states that Star Wars Outlaws will use a load of those game-changing features that they are so famous for. Now, let's kick things off with a quote from the technical director, Tobias Karlsson. And here is what he had to say. Here at Massive Entertainment, world building is a part of our DNA, and what better way to showcase our craft than creating the first ever open world Star Wars game. Filled with distinct locations across the galaxy's outer rim, both iconic and new, players will be able to experience a Star Wars underworld like never before. DLSS 3 gives us the performance headroom to bring our vision to life and support additional ray tracing features, helping gamers fully immerse themselves in the adventures of Kay, Vez, and Nyx. It was also confirmed on the statement that from day one, GeForce RTX gamers can activate NVIDIA DLSS 3 multiplying performance with DLSS frame generation on GeForce RTX 40 series graphics cards. Which is absolutely fantastic news because that is like opening the Pandora's box in regards to the possibilities, what you can do with graphics and performance. Now, I know that only applies to PC players, but console players, do not worry because Ubisoft Massive have actually launched ray tracing on a game before. They did it with Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and I don't know about you, but I love that game and it performs and works really well. So I wouldn't worry too much. It does look like Star Wars Outlaws will most likely feature ray tracing on console as well as PC. Which is obviously just me speculating at the moment, but I would love for them to confirm that there will be some sort of performance mode for Xbox Series X and S and PS5, as it did make Avatar Frontiers of Pandora look absolutely phenomenal, so it would be nice for console players to have that experience in Star Wars Outlaws. So that is all really promising news and exciting news, especially for PC players, because you guys are going to have so much freedom to enhance the performance as much as possible, and that will most likely be the most played version across all three platforms. But it looks like PC, Xbox and PlayStation are all going to have an amazing experience playing Star Wars Outlaws. The next piece of information we've been given is down to the age rating of the game, which is actually really significant because it gives us an idea on the sort of things that will be available or the sort of things to expect in Star Wars Outlaws. It has been stated by Games Radar that there's going to be a high age rating in Korea, 19+ due to a gambling minigame, which is significantly higher to the likes of the USA and Europe. Now, I feel like games like Jedi Survivor gave us a little glimpse into what a higher rated Star Wars game could potentially look like, as that received a teen rating in the US and the UK, but it featured an N rating and 21+ rating in Australia and Korea. Now, obviously, this game isn't going to be like Jedi Survivor, but it's good to know that we're branching into sort of unknown waters as to what a higher age-rated Star Wars game could look like. As they said, there's going to be a gambling minigame, which is going to be quite interesting. I feel like it's going to be quite similar to the likes of Red Dead Redemption, where you can gamble, you can steal, all that sort of stuff. And like I said about the reputation system, it's going to play a big part in the game as well. Now, the reason this game rating is going to be a little bit lower to the likes of Red Dead and GTA is because this is sci-fi violence. It's not going to be the same as Red Dead and GTA, as they use real guns, there's real bullets, there's blood, all that sort of stuff, and you can really push the boundaries on how violent you want to be in those games, whereas with this, it's going to be lower, as obviously it's blaster fire and all that. From what we know so far, there isn't going to be any blood in this game. So it's going to still appeal to the younger audience of Star Wars fans. I think the overall aim for this game is to give a really immersive experience and to venture into the unknown, because we've never had something like this before, to make it action-packed and have a hint of violence in there, but still make it appealing to the overall market of Star Wars fans and the younger generation. Now, the age rating is actually quite significant to the possible release of Star Wars Outlaws, as when Ubisoft Massive's Avatar Frontier to Pandora age rating was released, the game released around 3 months later. It's the same story with Jedi Survivor. When the age rating for that game was announced, the game aimed to be released around 3 months later, however it was held back a little bit. So based on the information we have on the age rating for Outlaws, there is a good chance it releases middle of June, maybe the beginning of July if everything goes according to plan and there is no pushbacks or delays in the game's development. Now, even though this is really exciting stuff, it is a little frustrating for the community because they have been very quiet with information about Outlaws, which in my opinion means one of two things. It means either they are keeping things quiet because they're going to be announcing something very big soon and want to keep it under wraps, or that they are a bit behind with the development and there's a chance it gets delayed, which, as annoying as it is, I'd rather wait a little bit longer and it be amazing at launch than it be released in a bad state and it needing work to get fixed. A bit like how I spoke about the Battlefront Classic Collection in my last video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on the channel. That game has now had a patch, but it still needs a lot of fixes to get things turned around. But the overall response of that game has not been very well received, and I would hate for something like that to happen to Star Wars Outlaws, as it has so much potential to be the best Star Wars game we've ever seen. So overall, this is really exciting stuff. It looks like they're heading in the right direction and there's a lot of progression being made in regards to features and the sort of things we can expect from Star Wars Outlaws. But guys, let me know your thoughts down below, what you think of all of this news and when you think the game will be releasing, because I do think it will be about the middle of June, beginning of July. But if you did enjoy the video, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one.